What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I am your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, aka Mental Healness, from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You know where to find me at. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. It is my cross to bear. I've been in psychotherapy for the last almost 4 years, since October of 2017. The point of my entire platform, 650,000 people on TikTok, is to bring awareness to, personality disorders and validate the victims and survivors of the abuse that comes with it. Today's episode is going to be about the unequal input and output of a narcissistic relationship. So first of all, when you when you are in a relationship with a narcissist, it will never be equal. You won't get you will not get out what you put into it. You're going to put way more into the relationship than what you get out of it, regardless. Regardless of the self-awareness, regardless of the level of therapy. People keep asking me, people ask me that all the time. Can you have a normal relationship with a narcissist? Will it ever be normal? No. You'll never have a normal relationship with a narcissist by today's definition, like the standards of normalcy. You will just never have that. Normalcy does not exist in the realm of narcissistic personality disorder. And it just doesn't. Normalcy doesn't exist in my relationship. Normalcy doesn't exist in my marriage. Normalcy doesn't exist in how I parent my kids or how I deal with my friendships and relationships and how I deal with my work ethic, my job situation and my entrepreneurship. Normalcy does not exist. I promise you. So when you're in a narcissistic relationship and you start to notice the signs or whatever, and you realize that you might be with a narcissist, if you choose to stay in that relationship, if you can't leave for whatever reason, I know everybody's situation is different. Everybody doesn't want to leave, and but if you are in that relationship and you choose to stay, it will never be equal input versus output. You're not going to get you're just not going to get an equivalent. So you'll be working harder for less, and the narcissist is working less for more. I'm in any relationship I've been in, I've gotten more out of it than I put into it. And I can guarantee you the people who are on the other side of the dynamic of relationships with me would say, well, the exact opposite exists for me. Like, I got less out of it than I put into it. You know what I mean? Because you're expending, like, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you're expending so much time, effort, energy into trying to get that person to love and care about you that you're wasting away, you're losing your time, effort, and energy, and you won't get that back. You just won't get it back. It will, you'll max that out dealing with a narcissist. And I tell people that all the time. You make so many sacrifices in your life to remain in a relationship, to remain in that situation with your narcissistic partner and whatnot. You just will. It doesn't have to be a partner. It can be a parent. It can be, a child. It can be a significant other. It can be a boss. It could be a coworker. The relationship dynamic is not very important in this situation. It goes more along the lines of, the person that you're dealing with. So it just won't be equal input and output. Like, you'll waste away you'll give away pieces of yourself trying to help rebuild somebody else that you think is broken, that you feel is broken. You might be a natural healer, so you put so much time, effort, and energy taking pieces of yourself, giving pieces of yourself away to that person to try to fix them because you think they need to be fixed, because you think you take it upon yourself because you see the potential in that person. You say, I see so much potential in them. I know if I can just love them, maybe I can just love them through their trauma. Maybe I can outlove their trauma. Maybe I'll put enough energy and love into their trauma. I'll outlove it. It'll go away. It doesn't work that way. What'll end up happening is that you'll put so much time, effort, energy, and love into that person that you'll end up losing yourself. And then when you lose yourself, that person is going to replace you. Especially in a romantic relationship situation, that person will literally replace you. They just will, 100%. They'll replace you, and they'll replace you. They'll discard you and leave you broken, leave you just devastated. So, and you want to stay in a relationship, that's the risk that you take right there. You continue to put, especially if you're knowledgeable about narcissism and NPD and such. Especially in those situations, you'll end up devastated. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go against the odds. They say 1% might work in therapy. Maybe I can be the victor of that 1% or whatever. You go against the odds and you end up getting beat. The house, the hotels get built in Vegas every night because people go against the odds. people become billionaires. Vegas ain't losing money. People go roll against the odds. You rolling against the odds of narcissists when you're dealing with narcissistic personality disorder and trying to remain in that situation and remain in that relationship. So you have to take the time, effort, strength, and energy to put into yourself. It just won't be equal input and output. So you might have to put less into the relationship and put more into yourself to remain in that situation. Yeah, I was saying is that you have to put more in, you have to put less into the relationship possibly and more into yourself. You have to pour into yourself. You can't pour into an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to put more into yourself. You have to start practicing that more and more of that self-love and that self-appreciation, because that's mostly what I see when I'm talking to people on my one-on-ones, is the fact that people they love the person that they're dealing with more than they actually love themselves. And that is a huge issue, y'all. In that situation right there, if you start to love them more than you love yourself, you become extremely expendable. And I know you feel like you might be the grade A supply or whatever that terminology is used for that, but you just aren't. If you are completely destroyed and decimated and you've became somebody totally different since you've been in that relationship or whatnot, you're not a grade A supply. You become extremely expendable, because like, I don't know, some people you just look like it's your energy low, you feel different. And narcissists a lot of times will say it, like, you're just different. Like your energy, your essence right now is low right now. You don't feel good right now. This is a different experience. This is a different feeling and stuff right there right now. You know what I mean? So that'd be the issue right there, and that'd be the essence of everything. And I tell people like that. And this is another thing right here, y'all. I'm gonna finish with this right here, because the camera's gonna go dead again. I'm gonna finish with a good point right here. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, there's a constant battle between who you are and who the narcissist wants you to become, who the narcissist wants you to be. And that battle right there rages on within you, because you can't be both. You can't be who you are and simultaneously be who the narcissist wants you to be, because a lot of times they're completely different people. And that inner battle will make you lose yourself. It'll drive you crazy, because then if you constantly try to be who the narcissist wants you to be, you're losing your own essence of who you actually are. So in essence, you're being fake, quote unquote fake. I did the finger quotes, y'all, if you're on the podcast. So you have to be more of who you are. You have to start to love yourself more, appreciate yourself more, and do things for yourself. Stop doing so much for some other people and do more for yourself here and there, y'all. I know people think I don't want to be selfish. Sometimes you have to be selfish before you can be selfless. You have to build yourself up before you can help build other people up. Like, you don't see poor people donating to charity. You just don't see it, because you have to get money before you can donate. They might can donate their time and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. We're not gonna go into the deeper workings of this situation right here. Just know that, build yourself up first. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Narcissist Code. I wish I'd have made this one a little longer, but like I said, 8 minutes and 15 seconds into it right now. Sorry, the camera's gonna die, and I don't have time to turn and charge it up again, because my family just came back into town from Connecticut, and I had to go hang with them. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Y'all mean the world to me. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're on Apple Podcasts or Apple Music and Spotify, give me that 5-star rating, please. Please. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Mental Healness is out.